eFootball 2021. Finally.
True football.
2022, I should say. Yes, finally. Football is electronic. So this is you probably heard about it this week, the disastrous launch and all that stuff. So this is Pro Evolution by a different name, basically. Pro Evolution Soccer, the sort of also ran of the soccer video game world at this point. FIFA has been fairly dominant. Pro Ev, if you're someone my age, was the sort of great one during the PlayStation 2 era for sure. And there was a time there where I was buying both of them and enjoying them both for different reasons. FIFA was a bit more approachable. PES was you scored a goal in PES, you felt like you'd actually like done something. You'd earned it totally. So there was a nice sort of mix there. I think also one of the things that comes into this is that there are certain regions of the world, because of the licenses stuff, that were much more into Pro Evolution Soccer, like continental Europe. It had a decent amount there, and the same in Japan as well. eFootball is kind of the end result of this slow sort of them trying to make their own market for themselves as FIFA has been more and more dominant. The esports world is something that they've tried to sort of hone in on, the competitive nature. Pro Evolution was always a better game if you're playing with a friend than FIFA is. FIFA's better if you're playing the AI as well. I think that's broad strokes. But eFootball is like an extreme sort of dip in that direction. The game is free. So you can just go, any of you right now could go and enjoy the beautiful game.
I'll be right back, guys.
Danny, I'm not.
Enjoy the right word?
Probably not.
Yeah, maybe not. It's kind of broken and bad in like a lot of weird ways. There's hardly any game modes in it. There's basically a sort of there's a quick play thing with like a selection of, I think it's 9 clubs, which, if you're used to a soccer game having, hundreds basically.
I feel like Pro Evo especially was like the one that was like, hey, we've got a zillion different teams from a zillion different weird soccer
parts of the
organizations
world
that I've never heard of. Like,
generally under sort of, served areas of football fandom. So there's that's very limited in terms of like who you can play with. The presentation's not great. They've always had weird menus and weird things like that, but it's like hitchy and just messy. The on-pitch action, I don't know what's wrong with it. There's something just not wrong. Either there's a flow problem, like the players stop whenever you get the ball, or if you stop running, they stop in place. There's no like free-flow movement. The passing feels super cumbersome. It's lost something. I didn't play last year's Pro Ev, so I don't know when this happened, but and then like the presentation, there's lots of screenshots. I don't think it's as bad as some of the screenshots are showing, but like the lighting's a bit weird and the player models are a bit funky, but like also it's a free sports game, so I don't know. It's just a weird release. Like the front menu has 5 different game options and only one of them is available. You can't even, and they're going to add them, I guess. And you can pay for a $40 version that gives you basically like in-game currency to unlock like players and stuff like that. But it's just a strange release. Like it's a very telling of I guess how PES has been doing, Pro Evo has been doing for the past 5-10 years, that it's ended up here.
I thought they stopped making them.
Super strange product.
I thought that I remember going to some Konami event and
that was a Konami thing, right?
This is the last Pro Evo because like the licensing, like FIFA, basically like they had been cut out of so many of the dominant licenses by EA that they were kind of like, our licenses are expiring, and this is probably going to be the last Pro Evo. And then I have not kept track of it since then. That was a long time ago now, but I was surprised to hear you say that they made a game last year, because I thought this thing was dead for a while.
I actually don't know if they did. I didn't play last year's game. So
there is a 2021 game that popped up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and this is Konami still making this. This is the one game they sort of kept making during all of the the post Kojima stuff. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's people. I don't know. I was about to say people shouldn't buy it. You can't really buy it. So I don't know. Maybe play it out of some morbid curiosity, and I don't know what they're going to do though. It's got something like 92% down, like negative on Steam. It's the least. I think it's the worst rated game on Steam.
Yeah, there's an interesting thing on the YouTube trailer. I'll pull it up for y'all. But not only does it have like 11,000 dislikes, but the game tagged in it is FIFA 21 and not their own actual game.
How the fuck did that happen? That's
Which
weird.
is odd.
If you load the game now, there's an apology letter. Like on the
Stop
screen.
it.
Oh, wow.
Before you even start playing. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been out
Disclaimer. We're sorry.
Just so you know. It's
Yeah.
bad. Sorry.
Sheesh.
FIFA's also out this week. I haven't played that. It's not free.
Man,
Told it's powered by
that must
Wait,
football.
mean-
FIFA is also out this week. So they chose to launch against. Oh man. Okay. All right. That's cool.
Hey, you gotta respect that. You know, really just
power
going
move.
up. David
Yeah.
versus Goliath. Here it is. Cinderella
let's launch
story.
against the only other soccer game people have ever cared about.
Yeah, like we'll just sneak right under the radar. That's it.
Yeah, Captain Tsubasa came out last year. We're clear, y'all.